Welcome back to the Brospective. It's unfiltered. It's unfiltered, and they aren't apologetic about it. What the people want to know about the bros perspective.
Think about it. This shit is a science. It's a science.
It's TK23. I'm your host of the Brospective, and I got the fellas back with me. Baby, what's up, winner?
Yeah, what's going on, man? How y'all doing, man? Y'all know what it is. It's winner, man. Tell her
Juice.
What's that? Juice right back at the Brospective.
And what's up, Stone?
What's up, man? Come out here, y'all, man. We got a great time. Y'all come join us, man.
Regular KJ on the Brospective.
What's happening, world? Welcome back to the Brospective. We'll be here to give you the most realest views on the most realest topics. Check it out.
As a matter of fact, we got my boy Rocco. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's good?
Yeah, nah. So is that what it is for the guy? Are we even keeping in mind that we can possibly damage somebody?
Trying to rekindle nothing and get back. Like, nah, like, it was one of them. Oh, I ain't see you in mad long. I'm gonna come chill.
This is a very interesting topic. Some very good questions coming through. Very much appreciated.
Exes are exes for a reason.
If I got feelings, those feelings normally are not gonna completely die.
And listen, I'm probably one of the most emotional guys on this show.
That's a plus.
Yeah.
But that's not his obligation if they're not his kids and they're not together. I mean, I'm just...
You said first, you said, God damn, he what?
Why he had to be black?
Oh!
God damn, man.
Exactly. So it's not like you guys are excluded from your lives, but you both know that emotionally, and I'm only talking emotionally, that your paths no longer intertwine. So was it even real love?
I didn't say that. I said it was.
We need to know about somebody you have feelings about. When we can't.
It was
go off with you, Dave.
it was. You said an ex. It was an ex.
Yeah, there's some business you keep between each other, honestly. So it's just like, damn, here we go with the petty shit again for women. Like, if a dude did this, we'll be sitting here like, damn, bro, like...
We shouldn't have did it in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should have took time to get to know each other. It was one of them situations where, like, all right, let's do this.
I don't think it get no more real than this.
Man, Buddy's trying to feed his kids, bro. It ain't his fault she got other kids by other people.
Issues are lessons that you can learn in an early age. Like, everybody don't get what everybody gets.
And you know, the kids, 9 times out of 10, if they stay with the mom all the time and they run around, of course they gonna side with their mama. Especially if she around the kids and she talk bad about the dad or all of the dads, whatever the case may be.
Coming on the show. So look, man, lots of different perspectives, and the text is, I was planning to eat that blank tonight, but the smell was just too bad. It is a 3-letter word. Rocco, what were they planning? He planning or she planning to eat tonight?
Boy, that bell boy about to eat that ass, boy.
Oh.
There's probably gonna be someone in these comments later like, oh, this nigga bugging. Like,
Stone, you got anybody want to shout out before we roll out of here?
Yeah, shout out to all my homeboy mamas. Love them to death. Tell them I love y'all.
This motherfucker is funny.
And they ain't fucking with the Wong Chong fish, nigga.
It's really, when you bust that first nut with your hand, nigga, you thinking all kinds of shit after that. A girl can make this happen faster?
All my bros matter. Y'all getting the raw, unfiltered, unapologetic. We ain't saying sorry after this. We ain't cutting that out of these clips. When you get it here at the Brospective, it is what it is. It's from
someone can play this podcast and get the conversation going. They can be like, hey, you know, honey, look, this is what I was listening to. What do you think about this?
Look, the Brospective out here, man. Thank y'all for joining. Oh my gosh, what the hell? What in the hell? Let me see if I can get this shit.
What the
Okay,
heliante?
start again.
What?
Oh my gosh! Look, is who's in this chat? Is it Rocco in this?
Yeah, boy.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Brospective with some of the original four. Shouts out my boy Rock. It's been a while. How you been, man?
I've been good, man. Life is good. It is what you make it, man. And it feels good to be back, man.
All right. Well, we are so happy to have you here, along with the normal co-host, my boy Winner. How you doing
What's
today,
happening?
man?
What's happening, man? Rock, welcome back, man. Look, watching them old clips, man, had me in here rolling. Like, so much time has passed since we started, and man, I'm glad we're here. We still rocking. We still getting it done.
All
Oh yeah.
right. What's up, my boy Juice in this thing?
Yo, what's happening, man? Good to be back, man. It's been a long time coming, but we back, baby. We back.
Long time coming, a lot of talk running, and just to get to the basics. What's up, Juice? Oh
Man,
man, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Brospective, and we have a stacked show today and some really, really fun topics to discuss. And as a matter of fact, for the sake of time, we're gonna jump right into them and start the day off pretty nicely. But before we do that, as a matter of fact, what are y'all drinking on right now?
I got
High quality H2O.
Hey, what do you got over there, Winner?
Cheers to that. Some water. You know what I'm
Some
saying?
water
I'm out here
juice. What
trying
you
to.
got in your cup, man?
man. I've been got this something new, man. I've been on. I went to the store the other day to pick it up. Called Nowadays, man.
What is that?
Nowadays,
Is
this
that any
is
good?
a THC infused
Ooh.
beer. If you can see
Mm,
it, can you get. You see that
Yeah,
THC right there?
yeah. It get you right.
Get you right, my boy.
I
Get you
get you
right.
right.
nowadays.
Nowadays. All right, man. Look, let's roll into the top of the day. So the first topic of the day is issues between friends. All right. We need to know the ins and outs of friendship. We need to know how to identify a good friend and also how to identify our bad friends. We want to know what makes a real friend because let's be real. Sometimes breaking up with your friend can be more heartbreaking than a relationship. So let's talk about it. So, the first question I have on the top of the day is in your opinion, fellas, what makes a good friend? And we can go right to Winner. We're gonna start with Mr. Winner on this topic. Give us some feedback, my boy.
Man, a good friend. How to identify a good friend is just look at me, for example. Just mess with y'all. Um, but to be honest, someone who gonna keep it real with you no matter what. Like they not gonna sugarcoat shit just because y'all close. They gonna let you know, hey man, your breath stink. Go ahead, and brush your teeth. All right. Whatever the case is, they gonna keep it real with you no matter what. And they know it's coming from a good place. It's coming from the heart. They not just trying to be out here, looking bad. But not to mention the fact they got your back. They got your back.
All right, all right. That was short and to the sweet. They got your back. Just somebody who supports you through the hard times. That's a really solid answer, Winner. Juice, what do you got for us on the topic? What makes a real friend, man?
Man, what makes a real friend? Somebody you can rely on, like dependable. Like anytime you and not even if you ain't got to be down bad. Just somebody that's gonna check on you every night and give you a call and make sure you all right. You know, somebody just gonna be there for you, even when you ain't nobody else in your corner. Sometimes you might feel like sometimes your family might not be in your corner sometimes, but that one friend that always gonna be there for you no matter what, the thick and thin, ups and downs, ins and outs. They're gonna have your back, like my boy Winter said, all day.
Yeah, but you just kind of brought in a kind of complicated situation. You mentioned somebody is going to be there for you even when your family is not. So are you saying that friendship has the ability and to have a stronger tie than family?
In some cases, yeah, I do believe that 100%.
Ooh, and we're gonna have to come back to that topic right there. But look, we're gonna roll into it. Rocco, what makes a real friend?
A real friend is somebody that's there for you through the good and the bad, mentally and emotionally. No matter what gender, no matter whatever it is you believe in, right or wrong, they there for you, to correct mistakes, let you know where if you was wrong, and if you was right, to let you know you was right. They just got your back no matter what the case may be, they just keep it real at all times, and you just always gotta just I don't know, just being there for them. Like that's the first and foremost. Loyalty is not always with time. It's just is how good of a friend you are. You can have somebody in your corner and meet them within 2 weeks and they solid right then and there. But time always tells what really dictate if that's your friend or not.
That Rocco is so glad to have you back, bro. It really is solid answer, and we missed those introspective light answers. That's a solid answer, man. And just to kind of tag along on the backside of this, I don't want to say the things that you guys have already said, but what I do want to point out is that's important for a friend is for them to accept you for you. And there's no judgments tagged along that. When they look at you, they accept the fact that you are fully you. And whatever that situation may be, whether it be finances, whether it be education, whatever your downfalls, this is somebody that's going to constantly bring these things up to downgrade you, but always uplift you and be, even though they may want to see you succeed, they may want to see you grow, and they may want to push you towards those things. They are completely happy with who you are as a person in the state that they met you. I think that's so super important for friendship. It's like I've seen people who say they're your friends, but they only accept you under certain conditions. And I don't feel like should be that way. If it's raining outside, you should still be my friend. If it's shiny outside, you should still be my friend. If I'm broke, you should still be my friend. That should not change based on your circumstances or mine. Accept me at my current state, and let's be friends from there. But look, jumping into the next portion of the topic, how do you know when someone really isn't your friend and really in your corner? What are some red flags that you can point out that would show you ultimately, right away, that this person may not be your somebody you would want in your corner? Rocco, we going straight to you, and we gonna big screen you for this answer.
Oh man, to see if someone's not in your corner when you constantly let your friends know what type of goals you have in store, or things that you would like to do, or things you're looking forward to do, and they completely negate that or cross that line. They're habitual line crossers. You're telling your friends like, "Hey, look, I don't do this no more. I do that no more." But your friends calling you like, "Hey, you want to do this? You want to do that?" They don't support the goals that you have within yourself. Like the thing is, like you can have goals and they may not see eye to eye with your friends, and y'all can still be friends. You can just sometimes you have to love people from a distance. But with that being said, like a lot of people try to drag you down when you going up, and that's just not your friend. Even if your friend doesn't want to do what you're doing, they could be like, "Well, I wish you the best, bro, and I'm here to support you no matter what." Regardless if that's what I want to do as well. That's to me is what something of a bad friend would do. Like audio.
That what is a red flag.
You were muted. You good? Go ahead.
I'm not muted anymore.
No.
All right. So, all right, perfect. Somebody that could be pulling you down. Great example, Rock. Somebody that's not supporting you on your journey. Because throughout life, we do make changes. So if your friend is not supporting that journey, it's definitely a red flag. And it should not be ignored. Thank you, Rocco. Winner, man. Can you give us some red flags? So people can kind of identify when there's someone not in your corner.
So I was gonna say the same thing as Rock, but I was gonna use different words. And I was gonna say respecting your boundaries. All right. And basically that means you don't want to be called at a certain time. They don't call. You know that like y'all said, you have moved on to a different stage in your life and we not going out every night. And they're like, all right, cool. Whenever you ready, we could set something up. Like it, uh and if they not, then you know that they not in your corner. You know, if they're like, nah, we got to go out every weekend, man, don't worry about it. We gonna hit this strip club. I know you married, but fuck it. Like, you know, if your girl get mad, she not the one for you. Like all that stuff, that's a bad friend because they not looking out for your best interest. They being selfish, and they worried about themselves.
Oh, okay, man. Selfishness, man, and not really being understanding of where you're at in your life. Another crazy good example. And you got to be able to respect those boundaries. Hey, look, man, I'm married now. I can't go out all the time. I don't smoke anymore. Like when you get around me, bro, it tempts me. Like, can't you respect these boundaries? Great example. When the juice. What you got for us? What are some red flags? How can you kind of tell, who's not really in your corner?
Well, some couple red flags you can tell that someone's not in your corner. For example, say if you have one of those friends that like every time uh y'all go out, like they always say like I ain't got my money, so you always having to pay their way, or they're always calling you only when they need something. You know what I'm saying? So like that's like a certain red flag. Like every time we gotta go out or anything, any kind of activity, and we gotta take care of you all the time. Like if we gotta take care of you all the time, then you're not really in our corner. You need to get yourself together.
You're trying to say if they not supporting you or are supporting themselves in a way, then it can also be a red flag that person not there for you. Maybe they there for themselves and what you bring them. That's
Mm-hmm.
an amazing example. And here we go on the back end of this. This is a very touchy topic for me. But one red flag that I feel like how you can identify someone that's not really in your corner is as you grow through life, and Rock kind of touched on this, is how people see you and their perception of you doesn't change. If you're out with somebody and you're grown up and your life is changing, you got it together, and this person continues to bring up your downfalls and who you used to be at your weakest point, this person isn't in your corner. This person isn't here for you. They don't accept the part of your life that has grown. You have to be willing to accept the growth of a person, just like you can accept, who they are as a person. You have to do both. So if you're with somebody and ultimately this person continues to degrade you in some way based off of a memory or your past, or bring up your worst moments instead of your best moments in front of people, I definitely think that can be a sign that this person isn't in your corner. So these are all really, really awesome comments, guys. You guys are doing phenomenal. We're gonna roll right into the next portion of it. I want to know, have you ever had a friend snake you? And were you ever able to trust that friend again? I guess we'll go. When you made a face, we're going right back to you, man. Tell us about it, man.
So I don't want to go too deep into it, but I definitely had a friend do some foul shit. And you start to realize and see the signs. And when it first happened to me, right, I thought it was because I was in a new place, new environment. I had just met the person and we kind of, cool. He was cool, we played ball together. It was like a whole, like I thought we was on the same timing, and he did some shit. I'm like, damn, is that what people around here do? Like, is that a location thing? because I feel like my people from back home wouldn't do it. And then I start to realize like, nah, it's just you can't trust everybody. You can't give everybody that access to your life as if they are your friend, even though they have the signs that y'all have a lot in common, or y'all like to joke and laugh, and you know what I'm saying, like, so yeah, you gotta be careful, and definitely happened to me, and yeah.
Bro, you just kind of, and I'm sorry to halt this up because I want to get everybody, but you just said something that kind of touched home, and I just want to elaborate on it just a little bit. Are you saying that you had expectations in your mind of what a friend looked like to you?
Yeah,
And
and this was early on, I was younger, and yeah, I had if we got along, we had shit in common, we could talk, and just, yeah, I thought that was a friend, but that had nothing to do with real friendship, and it was a tough lesson that I had to learn.
oh, we should have caught that in bitch screen. Good shit. All right, Juice, have you ever had a friend snake you, man? Were y'all ever able to recover? Were you able to find friendship again after they snaked you?
Yeah, man. Of course, I believe like everybody, like any human being, at some point in time gonna have someone close to them, like do them wrong. Uh, yeah, of course, I've been in a situation where I thought a friend was supposed to be a friend and really wasn't at the end of the day. Um, which now we wasn't able to like rekindle our friendship after the situation had went down. Um, but you still grow after that. Like you meet other people. You always still will have like that chip on your shoulder. If this person can be trusted, is this a true friend? But you always will find like another friend like that's really, really there for you for real. So yeah.
All right, Jizzy. Okay. But right now we're trending on the lines of like it's hard to recover once that snake happens. It's hard to get back to friendship.
Oh
But we're
yeah,
gonna
nah.
see if Rock got a different perspective. Bro, have you ever had a friendship kind of snake you? And were you able to maintain a friendship with that person afterwards?
Oh man, I got snaked out in the slimiest way. Somebody that I consider family did the grimiest thing and stole from me and my family. And then, like I haven't seen him in a while. Like he just took off. And for the longest, like I resented him because like we was childhood friends. I know this man since I was like 6, 7 years old, all the way till I was in my 20s. So like he was more than friend, he was family in my eyes. But when he got older, he started doing slimier stuff and just real iffy stuff that you wouldn't really consider friendship. And he got in trouble, got locked up and stuff, was gone for a long time, tried to reach back out to me. And it was all love, but I just wanted to hear like an apology or something. And I didn't get that, but I wasn't going to expect it. You're a grown man, you know what you did, and you know how it should be corrected. You know what I'm saying? It's not for me to call you out on that. That's your mistake. So after a while, and I just let karma handle his job and do what it was supposed to do. And this person tried to reach out to me recently, and we talked and everything, but like I still love you. You know what I'm saying? I know people make mistakes. And I want to see you eat. You just can't eat at my table no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So would you consider him still a friend?
No, no. But I love you. I just have to love you from a distance, bro. That's all that is. You got to feed them with a long spoon.
Bro, so super dope, man. So I think a large part of it, growth is being able to forgive, whoever wronged you in that way. And that's really, really dope, Rock. Thank you for sharing that story. For me, man, I gotta be honest with you, man. I'm not as, forgiving with that stuff. But I think for me and my family, like we've used that word so loosely, friendship. And even brother, we use that word a lot. Like, man, bro, that's my bro, that's my brother. He not just a friend. And my family has always opened those gates to whoever is around us. And we never brought in judgment. We never said or set any stipulations. We took you as you are. We take you as you come. You know, and if you need a friend, we've been in that corner. There's been moments that we've supported you through things, not just financially, but emotionally. There's been moments that we just showed up with a phone call or a visit. And we set that expectation of friendship because ultimately we thought those things would be returned. But that's the lie that we tell ourselves. You know, ultimately, we have to stop tapping glasses with everyone that's around us. Ultimately, we have to stop believing that everyone has goodwill and good intent. Everyone is not your friend. And it shows in so many different facets of our life, you know, and it's different types of devious behaviors. You know, like, are you really looking at my wife the way you're supposed to? You know, like, are you really looking at my career and my advancement like you're supposed to? Or is there jealousy tied to it? Do you really care for my well-being? Or is all of the information that I'm giving you, you're using against me to get you some credit with somebody else? Is a friend someone who goes and uses the information about you against you with others? Because a large part of friendship is being able to confide, just talk. That's all I really need you for. I don't need $1. I don't need a dime. I don't need a ride. Sometimes I just need you to show up. And there's so many different ways you can show up. You don't got to jump in the car and come see me. You know, you can shoot me a text. How easy is that? That's one of the easiest boxes to check as a friend. And we don't always do those things. Stop tapping glasses with everybody you think that's your friend. Because once those ties are broken, once that person doesn't live up to their expectation, once that lie is told, once you're betrayed, there is no coming back in friendship. We're acquaintances. I known you, or I thought I knew you. But yeah. So just super deep conversation. I'm not even gonna touch on this last portion of it because my boy Winter.
Yes. So just kind of going off of the whole friend conversation, and we talked about other people being friends to us. I got a question about, you know, how you are. And the question is basically, are you the same person in every friend group? All right. So, you know, is it some code switching? Is it, you know, is it some like how are you in the friend group? So, Juice, like, are you the same person in every friend group?
I'm pretty much I can't I'm just me in the friend group. Cause like it depends on like what kind of conversation that we have and then inside the friend group. It's like if it's something that I really in tune with the conversation, yeah, I chime in on the friend group. I talk my shit. You know what I'm saying? I say what up my piece. But if it's something that I'm not really like in tune with for real, like I'm not really trying to pay attention to, then I won't chime in. But for the most part, yeah, I'm still me.
Okay. Okay. TK, I know you are in a lot of different environments, right?
No, the answer is no. And
No.
I and you know, it was funny because I was talking to Alicia today and she made a comment to me. And it kind of set me off. You know, she was like, I asked her this question, and she was like, well, I would hope so, because they could be, you know, they would be being fake if they're not. I don't feel that to be true because I'm not the same way with in my friend circles. I have certain friends that I can go to dinner with and chop it up. I got some friends that I hang out with on the game and we shoot the shit and we say things in that game chat that I would never say at a dinner table. You know, I am different and I do have to wear multiple faces with certain people. You can't give, you just said this earlier, you can't give everyone access to certain things about you. You can't give everyone access to your comfort zones. I have friends that I do feed with the lone spoon that have never betrayed me, but at the same time, I understand that they only see me in a certain light, and I'm fine with that. I don't need them to understand me the way my real tight friends see me. You know, I don't need them to understand how I talk when I'm in the game chats. I don't need them to understand, you know, the things that we say and do when I'm around my most trusted friends. Some people, I just need them to see a certain side of me. Um, and I'm cool with them only having that amount. I'm not sure if they are, but I'm cool with them just having that small piece of me.
Okay, and I'm looking at the comments, and I just want to, I'm a, kind of switch the question up for Rock. And it said, I'm gonna read the comment: "Is friends are friends, work people aren't friends, neighbors aren't friends."
Ooh.
And I want to know, is there a difference in what you consider a friend? Like, can your neighbors be friends? Can your people on the game be friends? Can your coworkers be your friends, but all have a different version of you?
Well, when it comes to me, that friend word gets used a little too loosely. And if I call you my friend, like I will spill personal stuff about me that I feel that I'm comfortable letting you know about without you having to run around and tell everybody and their mama about. So like if I don't really keep my personal business all the way open with you, it's not that I'm not gonna say you're not my friend, you're more of an associate, co-worker, or whatever the place, maybe situated for whatever I may call you. But if you my friend, like you my anything that I know that I got going on personally, you gonna know about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you don't know my personal business, yeah, you could call me a friend. Be like, oh well, that's that long spoon distant friend. Like we're like light friends. Like you're not somebody I consider family.
Yeah, that's funny. Friend light is what we gonna call them. They not the real friend. They the friend light. Um,
Well, we
eh,
got.
Go
I'm
ahead. Go
sorry.
ahead. Go
We
ahead. You
got to
good?
set. Come on, man, because this is a very broad question, right? But like, what is the definition of friendship? Like, what are some things that you would qualify somebody as a friend? Is it just like your comfort level? Is it the ability to be honest, or is it just someone that you are friendly with? That means that you're open to having, you know, a friendly, nice conversation or sharing information with someone. Like, what is friendship?
And for me, I work more than I'm home. You know what I'm saying? I work more than I'm on the game. I work more than anything. So the group of people that I work with, that I'm close with, I consider them a friend because I'm with them more than, you know what I'm saying, most of my other friends, people I grew up with. I don't talk to them as much because I'm at work. So, granted, I don't the amount of information may not be the same. But they're still my friends, We
Yeah,
don't do anything outside of work.
yeah.
But that don't mean we not friends,
Friends,
right?
friends would be somebody that you could share a lab with, or maybe pick you up if your car broke down, right?
Yeah, I think someone I could, yeah.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, I mean, you can have like the friendship is different levels to it, honestly. Cause like you can have like a real close friend that you confide in and you talk to and you want to hear from all the time. And you also can have a real close friend that you haven't spoke to in ages. I mean, that don't mean they're any less than a friend than the one you just met that you can talk to every single day. But also on the same side, on the flip side of that, I also feel like you can you can consider them a friend, and like I said, like Winter said, like a work friend, y'all do nothing but trip out and hang out and have a good time at work. I mean, that could be a friend considering the fact like you could it make the time go by throughout the day. So and y'all like to kick the shit, and so that would be considered a friend as well. So I think it's like it's different levels to a friendship. So
Yeah, I would have to agree. I have to agree. It's just different levels, but I still don't think like I don't know, man. That who you become around the people, and we all become different people. We can sit here and say that we haven't, but we all are different people around my grandma. I don't cuss, you know, and that's as close as a friend gets to me as a family member. But she is one of my best friends. Am I fake for not cussing in front of my grandma, or is there just certain stipulations that are tied to my friendship with my grandma that I respect? She may not like that people who cuss a lot, and I want to be involved with her for the rest of her life, so I'm going to respect that boundary. That's a part of friendship. So if I know that the friends that I'm with may not want me to say or call them gay or tap them on the ass every now and then, like I do some of my friends, I mean, like, I'm going to respect those boundaries with them. That doesn't make me fake, that just makes me someone who understands my scenario. But am I still friendly? Do I still think these people will pick up the phone and be here for me in certain scenarios? There have people that have proven that. It's people that I work with right now who've done more for me. Some people done more for me than people I've known for 20, 30 years. So what I'm saying, and I don't treat them the way that I treat Rock down there at the bottom of the screen. Rock
Yeah.
seeing some sides to me that some of those people never will, like I don't know. I think this is a very intricate situation, but I do become certain different people under certain circumstances.
So let me ask you that: which friend group do you think gets the version that is most who you actually are?
Nah, my bros, man. So Rocco, Juice, my boy Stone, they see me in a light that most people never will. Like we have spent nights, on the game together, talking it up. I've been through so many different versions of Rock's life. He's been through so many different versions of mine, and he can tell you how many, like what I look like to you now must be completely different, than what I looked like when we met, right? So like, but
Oh
our
yeah.
conversations don't change, and the way that we interact. Or with Juicy, Juicy see me my whole life, and in
Yeah.
different circles, like, but it's certain things that I would share with them, and my interactions with them, I would never. If they dropped our PSN chat out to this world, we we would be in some trouble, bro.
I had another really quick question. I noticed nobody in this discussion mentioned communication as one of the key factors that makes you a good friend. What do y'all think about as communication? Because I'm horrible at it. You know what I'm saying? I don't call. I don't text as much. Like, I'm horrible at communicating. But if you need me, I'm there. So like, what do y'all think as far as communication and being a friend?
I feel you
And
on that 100%, winner. Like I really do, because like I'm also one of those kind of friends too that like I'm not really on the phone. I don't really text that much. I don't really call that much. But like if you are in dire need of something and you reach out to me, then I'm gonna pick up the phone. That's just what it is. So like when it comes to communication, we don't gotta talk every day for me to be a good friend to you. We don't gotta see each other every day for me to be a good friend to you. So like that's why communication is important, but is at the same time, like we don't have to have it all the time for me to be a good, reliable friend to you.
all right, so do we think? And I'm gonna ask Rock. Rock, do you think that's more of a male thing, or is it just like, is it generalized? Is it by person?
I just think it comes with maturity as a person. You know, if you have friends that you've been around a long time and y'all start to get older, you start maturing, you realize that you have time, but you taking time to work on yourself, to work on your family, your kids, and whatever the case may be. But if you reach out to me and I'm your dog and I'm your friend and I get in there, I will make time to talk to you and I'm gonna give you the realest shit you ever heard.
Okay, thanks. And TK, once again, like, I know we I'm gonna take me and you for example. We don't talk often, but when we talk, it be we got something we gotta say, and we ain't, we'll argue, we'll go back and forth, but with that being said, and I, like I said, I don't want to make it a male female thing, right? But I do feel like more females have to have that communication to say that They're friends. What's your take on that?
I don't, bro. I can't say it's a male or female thing because even watching Alicia, like there's some friends that she'll go for weeks without talking to, but then they pick up the phone and they go to lunch and everything's perfect. So I don't know if it's a male versus female thing. I do know that there's been some cases in my life that I've seen that they make a bigger deal out of it. I don't think my love and my friendship with someone changes based on the timeline of communication. I don't think that happens with me. Like just because we haven't spoke. I just got in a conversation, as a matter of fact, with somebody 2 weeks ago, and it was just like, "Oh man, you don't come see me as much, and you don't come to my house." And I'm thinking to myself like, man, why does that matter? Like, I don't care whose house we at. That don't matter to me. I don't care how many. The love don't change. Like you can't really understand what's going on. I travel the world for work. Like I manage 60 something people for work. My phone goes off from the minute that I wake up until the minute that I go to sleep. The last thing that I ever want to do is pick up a phone. I never want to. I never want to text. I never want to call. When I finally shut down and I sit down, all I want is peace. But that doesn't change the way I see you, or the love that I have for my friendship. And just to touch on something while I'm up here, that's a really, really deep, you know, thing that you just said. Like even with you, Winter, like, bro, our relationship has been so natural and honest, but I'm away with you, that I'm not with a lot of people, so it's just so weird because when I met you, it was just always a level of respect. It takes a lot of patience to be my friend. I'm hot-headed, I'm argumentative, I'm probably everything you can name under the book. It's a load to be TK's friend, like, but it's all love all the time. You get that side of me as well. Like you ain't never been able not to text me or not to call me or not to hang out with me. And I don't ever make you feel away when you're around me, but that's friendship. So like that's just no, I don't think there's a timeline. And I don't think it's a male or female thing. I just think that, there are certain people who have their own stipulations in regards to friendships and relationships. They need certain things. And I may not fit that for everybody.
Okay. Hey, look, thank y'all for entertaining that question. And I think we got a lot out of that. And I'm gonna give it back to you, TK, so we can continue
All right,
with
man.
these
We got some
topics.
big screen. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to get you. We got some big screen segments coming up. Okay. Want to make this fun, but I want to get this content and make it very engaging. This is going to be a little bit edgy because it's going to put you guys on the spot. It's about lies and why men lie. They want to know. They want to know why men lie. They want to know the ins and outs to it. So help me understand, Rock. Help me understand, Winner. Help me understand, Juicy, because you're going to have to tell me a lie that you told. And if it had a ripple effect, help me understand what's a good lie, what's a bad lie, and tell me why we lie. Who wants to take it first? We're going to go to Juice.
I go.
But oh, Rock wants it. We're going to give it to him. So the first
Yeah.
question I got.
I mean, it depends on the setting and where you're at. Like, say for instance, you're at work, you run a whole bunch of people at, and I ain't gonna say you don't trust, but you're not trying to give all your personal information out. So you just tell little lies and here's and there just in case they go around talking and telling everybody they just running around telling some shit that you done made up anyway. Because people are messy. I don't care. Like, even if it's not one person, like one thing about a lie, once it gets told or retold, like it gets manipulated for sure. So if you're gonna lie, make sure you tell a nice good one and it's gonna get twisted. But sometimes you lie just for protection, protection for you or protection from someone else. It's not necessarily just doing it just to keep people from getting hurt. But sometimes some people just ain't ready for the truth right then and there. Like you gotta kind of ease them into it because they may be sensitive.
So let me ask you something, Rock, while you're on the big screen. Is there ever a good reason to lie to someone you care about?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like I just said, like if they may not be ready for the truth right then and there. You know, it depends. Like if it's real deep and real emotional, and it's something that can probably emotionally make them worse right then and there. Yeah, you could probably just like not necessarily lie, but kind of just not give all the details and then give it to them. And when you feel like they're emotionally capable of taking that, because sometimes people are just built different, man. They can't handle stress like others can.
Ooh, hold up. Stop. My boy just killed it right there, bro. They may not be ready for the truth. And ultimately, you're the only one that can engage your truth, right? So
Right.
they may not be ready for it. Thank you. Let's don't go too much further because I need these guys to get into this a little bit. But get rock. Oh my gosh. They may not be ready for the truth. Winner. Why do men lie? Is it for ego, fear, protection, or control? If you had to choose one, which one would you choose?
All right, I'm gonna say for me, I'm gonna say fear. I think all right, I'm gonna start off by saying I feel like I have told more lies than I would like to admit. Like it's been too many. All right. And it seems like on a day-to-day basis, it just happens. Like I lie about my name. I just all types of just dumb shit. And it's horrible. And I know this is gonna get out, and someone's gonna be like, "Oh, you just a lying that." All right, whatever. All right. So, I'm gonna say fear of hurting somebody else, fear of letting somebody see the real you, fear of what may happen if the truth is out. Um, so that's what I really feel like is more fear than the other two. Some people, some men lie for ego. I don't get that. They want to make themselves seem like something they're not. But I don't think nowadays, especially at our age, you see a lot of that. I feel like that's something that most younger guys do because they can get away with it because there ain't no facts checking. But once you get older, it's kind of hard to cover up those lies because of an ego. So if I had to choose, I would definitely say fear.
Let me ask you this while we're here on fear.
Oh shit.
Would you tie it to an insecurity? You know, a person that's a little bit more insecure about certain things wouldn't be as forthcoming as someone that's not. Would you say that?
No, because like I said, it could just be the fear of how the other person might react. It could be a fear of um just if the I guess there's some insecurity tied into it, but I can't say it's all, because you may lie because they may look at you a different way.
So that's what I
Um,
wanted to get to
right,
because they may not fully accept you for you. I'm
right.
about to stay right here. Stay right
Okay.
there with that because we're going somewhere in just a second. We just tied it to two things. Uh Rock said, I don't want to give you every piece of me. So ultimately, you may not be ready to intake everything that I have for you. Winter said, man, maybe I don't want to see you see me in that light. Juicy, why do men lie? All right. Is it ego, fear, protection, or control? And is there ever a good reason to lie?
Uh, I think, man, it's a little bit of ego, a little bit of
Ooh,
protection, and I think it's also got to do with a little bit of control as well. To be honest,
you're gonna
that's
cheat
just
and
my
take
take
all
on it,
three.
man. Because you can be in a relationship with someone and uh, let that be controlling and use their lies to control the narratives of the relationship. That also has to deal with a lot of their ego. So I think all that ties into is to play when it comes to certain situations with men lie. And also, you still also have like what the people say, the little white lies. It just depends on what kind of little lie it is. Like you said, my boy Winter said, like lying about his age or lying about his name or something like that. That could be like any kind of little situation where a chick might be trying to holler at him and you ain't really feeling her. You be like, nah, I'm too old for you, or you know what I'm saying? Like my name is like Clarence and it might be Tom or something like that. So like little stuff like that, yeah, me ain't gonna lie, but like on a different scale too in some relationships, I think it does have to do with the ego protection and control as well.
All right, Juicy, I like that too, man. I like you're gonna take all three, and that's fair. I'm gonna give it to you. But let me ask you this: have you ever told a lie, that small lie that blew up later?
Yeah, yeah, I have.
Can you give as an example of that lie?
Uh,
All right. You ain't got to, but look, what I want to do, what I want to do, okay, and I'm gonna bring it all in here. So look, we've identified that it can really be all three, ultimately, but I think that it's tied to a little bit more fear here. I want to know, okay, why is it that we often lie to the person that we care about the most? Why do we lie to the person that we care about the most?
I think it has to do with depending on the situation we're lying about. They're afraid to hurt that person. Like my boy Winter said, do it fear. We don't want to hurt that person, so we tell them a lie because, like Rock said, they're not ready for the truth. So we tell lies to not hurt the person that we hold dear.
How many lies have to be told in order for you to not be trustworthy?
One.
Whoa.
I,
Rock.
I kind of feel it just depends on the topic at hand and what you're lying about. If you're just telling little silly lies that don't get carried real far, then that's quite harmless, honestly. You can lie about your age and this and that stuff, but when you start lying about stuff that can impact your life and how people view you, you know what I'm saying, and like how they see you, like, okay, look, bro, now you done took things a little too far.
All right. Okay, I got some questions here at the end of this that I'm gonna ask, and I'm gonna call this portion of the show "White Lies." Okay, and I want you guys to tell me: is it too much of a lie? Is it not enough of a lie? But just gauge the lie. All right. But before that, what I want to know: once you find out someone has lied to you, is that trust able to be rebuilt? Can you come back from it? Or at that point, is that person technically deemed untrustworthy in your mind?
For me, no. I am a very forgiving person. I don't, and as much once again, as much as I do it, I can't be like you're untrustworthy if you lied, because sometimes you have to. Like I know that sounds crazy, and it seems like it's unrealistic that like people are like, no, there's no reason you should ever have to lie. Always tell the truth. Yada yada yada. Mm. Like I just don't believe that because I got children. I lie to my children constantly. You lie to like everybody who has kids lie to their kids constantly. If you ever told your kid Santa's real, you lied. You get what I'm saying? So why is that a good lie? But if I'm like, nah, you don't look fat in that, like that's a bad lie. You get what I'm saying? Like a lie is a lie.
Damn! Look, hey, let's go. All right. There we go. A lie is a lie. Brock, can you rebuild that trust? Can you rebuild that trust? Can you become trustworthy again after telling lies?
Absolutely, you can build that trust up. I mean, everybody is different and depends, like I said, depends on how heavy and how light the lie is. Like if you over here sitting here like, oh well, what I'm saying? Shit, I'm 21 and really you 18. Like, all right, that ain't bad. But you over here saying, yeah, bro. I told bro I ain't smash his sister or his baby mama or I ain't smash his ex, but shit, I really did. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit, those are two different types of lies. You know what I'm saying? But you could definitely recover from it depending on what the situation is. But not everybody can. You know, some people just too deep in them lying trenches.
All right. Juice, man. Can you recover from the lie? With you, can that person become trustworthy again?
Like I said, just piggyback off of what Rock said. Yeah, I think the person can become trustworthy after a lie. To be honest, but it just depends on the scale of the lie. That's really what it boils down to. Because like if you're in a relationship with somebody and y'all plan on getting married or some shit, and you find out they've been cheating on you behind your back, then of course that's gonna be a real deep scar. Like that's really a lot of people just off the strength of that, like, nah, it's a wrap. We not kindling nothing. Like you cheated on me, so fuck you. Like it's over with. But like you also might have some people that's like very forgiving, and just take a long time for them to even um, grow that trust again. But they're willing to grow that trust. But it just depends on the scale of the lie.
Nah, fuck that. I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I'm the worst. Don't let me uncover a lie, motherfucker. Don't let me uncover the lie. If you gonna tell lies, be a good liar. Be a phenomenal liar. If you're gonna tell lies, live it, become it. You know, if you go out and name yourself Harry when you're out, you need to have a full profile for Harry. Don't let me catch the lie, because untrustworthy is untrustworthy. And yes, there are levels to these lies. What kind of lies are you telling? You know, because that will sever a relationship. Certain lies will sever a relationship. And that's coming from someone who has told lies. I can't make sense of it. I'm just taking the ass into this, but I'm just going to be honest. Some people aren't very forgiving. Some people don't do well with lies. My life has been filled with chaos and distrust. I don't swallow lies well. Some people are better at it than others. It's just not me. But I had to take the other end of it.
So really quick, you just said something that kind of just struck something. Like depending on how you were brought up, it may be triggering for you if somebody lies to you and they catch you in a lie. Other people, they may not take it as, it could be real light to them. And, based off of that, maybe a reason if you lie or don't lie. Like, I don't know if I was lied to growing. I don't know. Like,
So
so that's
look,
why for me it may not be as big a deal. You
exactly.
know.
No, and that's and somebody who may be used to being lied to all the time. It may be something that's not much for them. So look, I got some fun I want to do really quick before we run over too much today. We're gonna play a game, and I really need you guys to identify whether this is an acceptable lie or you're lying to protect. It's a pass. Okay, so either this is a pass, I'm lying to protect, or this is a terrible lie. Don't lie about this. Okay.
Let's go.
So give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment on whether this works as a passable lie. I'm cool with this lie. If I'm not, thumbs down. Like hell no, don't tell this lie. This would cause my line to sever or distrust. All right. All right. So I'm gonna rotate you guys on the top screen here, and I'll ask a question. All right.
Let's get it.
All right. So the first question: you go out with the boys, or your girl goes out with the girls. She gets a dance from a man, or you dance on a girl that night. When you come home, or she come home, you ask her about her night, she leaves that portion out. Acceptable lying behavior or unacceptable lying behavior, if you were able to ever to find out.
Is this for the group or just me?
This just you.
Go ahead, lie to me.
Give it the
I
pass.
don't want to
No,
know. Lie.
all right.
Go on, have fun, have a good time, enjoy. Lie.
All right. All right. Juice. These gonna get a little increasingly harder. Look, man. You got a certain amount of money you make every week. You spend a little bit too much on shoes this week. Your girl asks you, "Hey, man, like, what happened to the money?" You tell her, "Oh, I just, this bill come up, or maybe I spent it on food, acceptable lie, unacceptable lie.
That's unacceptable, man. Cause like, how you gonna hide the shoes? Like, you gonna keep them in your car, in your trunk or something? Like how, what?
So your girl's got some new stiletto pumps on. You need to know she purchased them. That's what you said. Unacceptable.
Yeah, cause like, come on now. Like, I'm gonna see
right.
I'm gonna see the shoes.
I'm gonna see the shoes. So he's gonna break his trust immediately. Rocco, check this out. The girl's at work, working the day off. Man comes up, leaves his phone number, on her. She don't come home and tell you about it. Acceptable lie, unacceptable lying behavior.
I feel like it's acceptable. Women get approached all the time by dudes that just be really trying to chase the kitty cat. So if she don't tell me about it, I'm not even mad because it just happens. Like, and women just be so sick of it sometimes. It's just like whatever.
All right. Winner. Girl done slept with one of your best friends in the past. You've been dating her for years. Acceptable lie, unacceptable lie.
Who's the person telling the lie?
She has not told you about the intercourse with one of your friends.
Unacceptable lie. Like, somebody got to tell me, like, because then I'm gonna feel like y'all keeping it a secret for a reason. Like, one of y'all got to tell me.
Somebody got to tell you.
Yeah.
So definitely unacceptable lie. Even if there was nothing going on between them,
Somebody got to tell me.
Somebody got to tell
Like,
them. All right, man. I really appreciate it. You guys playing this game with me. We're gonna roll over to our final topic of the night. We're already an hour in, and we're late for the show. So let's just touch on this last topic. And this is gonna roll off right up into which one of y'all want to do? Do y'all want to do Stephon Diggs, or do y'all want to talk about second chances in relationships?
I mean, I personally don't care about Stephon Diggs, man.
Which y'all want to do?
That's rich people problems.
Stephon Diggs is a trending topic right now.
All right, well, we on it then.
Nah, we can do the second chance.
We'll comment on the Stephon Diggs thing really quick. So come on, Juicy got something to say. Stephon Diggs, did he fumble the bag?
Man, Stephon Diggs or my boy, which one fumbled the bag?
No, Stephon Diggs
winning right now. That's
my Offset. Offset fumbled the bag. Thank you for clearing that for me.
I think Offset. I think he fumbled the bag. But it's all good though, cause man, it's Offset. You can get another one just like him. Like, it is what it is. Like, yeah, I'm with it.
Winner, what's up? Did Offset fumble the bag with Cardi B?
So, all right. I don't think he fumbled the bag per se, right? But I do think he's going about the loss really bad. He's taking this L so bad, it's making him look bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, first the spousal support thing was kind of corny in my opinion. Like, you rich, like, what do you need her money for? And then that's the line that began the pettiness. And because of that, he's just taking an L. Like, that's all it is. He ain't fumbled the bag, he's just taking an L.
Oh, okay. I like that perspective. Rock. Offset, man. Did he fumble the bag with Cardi B?
He definitely fumbled that bag, man. For one, being in that relationship and them being a unit, they were like in the rap game, they was considered a power couple almost, because they was enhancing each other's careers. And for him to do what he did, and that Cardi B she done not one upped him, but she about seven upped him. Like, Cardi B is way more popular now than Offset. So it's like he definitely fumbled the bag, big time.
Rock, why you had to go before me? Now you got to make this so hard for me, bro. You are right, okay? Cardi B is on the up. She done dropped a whole song about what's going on, right? and she killing in that verse. She is spitting, bro. She said some hard shit about it, bro. And she with Stephon Diggs, but man, Academics said something, bro, that really, really made me think. Offset married her. Stephon Diggs is dating her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like it's as big as a L until we see what happens with Stephon Diggs and Cardi B. Because this could turn out very badly for Cardi B because you had a man who invested in you. You had a man who was willing to put his name with yours, who was willing to love you under whatever circumstances. And we can all agree, like, Cardi ain't, you know, to me in my eyes, wifey material. She's someone who's
Right.
for everybody, and that ain't my ideal lady, and which I know some of you fellas out there like those types of women who have, outlandish features and are always out there. What was the song that she dropped? The WAP, like, I don't really want nobody with the WAP. I want somebody that can cook and help and work and support me and be honest and keep my WAP in her pants so we can address that. No one else needs to know about it. So like for me, until Stephon Diggs marries her, I'm with Academics. I think Offset's still winning because maybe you got rid of a problem. Maybe
Well, on
you,
that note though, this is not Offset done got caught cheating multiple times, bro.
yeah. I didn't say
Multiple times.
I didn't
And
say he was
like,
the greatest person.
oh no, no, I definitely agree with everything you're saying. But when you get caught cheating multiple times and she's just doing it bigger and better now. Like Offset was cheating on her with chicks nobody knew about. She is not cheating. They're not together. She is with somebody that is known for slaying women on a regular. If you have not heard about Stephon
Stephon,
Diggs and his teammates, they will tell you who's the person you don't want dating your sister. Stephon Diggs.
yeah.
So I don't know. I'll say her bad. Like like Winter said, like it's the way he taking the L. He holding it and it's dragging him.
One of the number one cardinal rules in a relationship is when you having issues, you don't put them out there to the world. Once you let other people into your relationship, that's when it's lost, it's gone. Cardi B was, she was basically the poster boy for putting their information out there. Every time he cheated, she was on Instagram live talking about it, putting it out there into the world. Instead of really, if you want to find out why a man's cheating, there are some steps that you need to take because in a lot of cases, a man cheating can be a reflection of you.
But we talking about people that are already in the public. You know what I'm saying? So it's not people knew. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't like
Mhm.
he a regular guy that was out here cheating. Like he was famous as fuck. Like people knew. Like come on. Like he was out here moving.
That don't
That's how.
mean
That's
plaster
probably
it
how she
on
found out.
Instagram
How she
Live.
find out? How she find out? You think she was out here looking like
She
that?
got access to his phone, bro.
But you got to think how many times that had to happen before she actually wanted to post that though. That it would like there's a limit to things. You feel me? Like okay, you want to keep doing this? Like we probably kept it under the radar, and nobody know nothing until she actually like, all right, well I'm about to tell everybody since you don't give a fuck, I'm gonna show y'all don't give a fuck.
Bro, back in the day, I talked to y'all about this, man. Like rich people do rich things. I talked to y'all about that. I think like when rich people date, I think that's understood. Like there gonna be some side pieces. I don't think they get the same courtesies we get. He's Offset. She is Cardi B.
So if Cardi B has some side pieces, will we be even having it? Like we would
She
look at it
probably did,
totally
bro. You
different.
think Cardi B really never tricked off once? Come on, bro. You can't sit here and sell me on that, man.
She ain't get caught.
No, no, man. Come on, man.
Even if she did, she didn't get caught, and he did.
Nope.
So
And she admitted that she was getting piped down while she was pregnant after the fact that she done caught him cheating on her.
Yeah, she just didn't get caught. She was definitely doing some shit, but she just didn't get caught.
Well, so that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I think those stipulations are understood when you're rich, bro. They just they public figures, man. They got tons and tons of money. That stuff falls in your hand. Being faithful when you're in a scenario like that is, like it's tough. You got to draw some boundaries around it. You kind of got to Jay-Z it. Everything's on the low. It's gonna happen. Let's just never let it get out there. But look,
Right.
we're already an hour and 9 minutes over. I don't want to hold you guys there. So next time we'll say this next topic. Are second chances worth it in relationships? I really, really want us to come in on that. That's our relationship topic of the week. So we'll save it for next Monday. But I really, really appreciate you guys jumping on the show today. Rock, man,
Yeah.
it's been good to have you back, bro.
Likewise.
When can we
Back like I
when
never
can we
left.
bank on seeing you again, man?
I'll be on. I won't be on every Monday, but I will be on every other Monday.
All right. All right. Well, look, man. Rocco back in the fold. Every other Monday, y'all come to the Brospective. We'll try to go live and get out here to the world again. We do something at the end of this show now. And we call it, the number changes every week: 10 seconds, 60 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds in the sun. But whatever statement that you want to make to the world, you got a chance to express it. So let's get it done. Who wants to step up first? It looks like.
Wait, no. I just thought about something, man.
Uh-oh.
I just thought about a great name for the segment. And
What?
it's based off of what you said last week. And we just gonna say it's your time to shine, my boy. Shine.
Yo, time to shine, my boy. It's shine time. That's what we should call it. Shine
Yeah.
time. All right. So since Winter spoke up, shine, my boy.
Look, I just want to, start off by saying we not the same in every friend group, right? All right, so that we gonna start there. We are not, and one I'm cool as hell, and the other one I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if they ever compare notes, I'll probably vanish like the Thanos snap. You know what I'm saying? I'm up out of there. Okay. I just want to say thank y'all for showing up. Like, follow, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff. And that's it, man. That's we shining.
Thank you. Keep shining, Winter. Juice.
Yo, what's happening? This boy Juice back on the Brospective, man. Yo, like my boy Winter said, man, appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming out, man, tuning in. Like, stay with us, man. We're going to keep putting out this content. We're going to keep giving y'all the gut check real. We're going to keep coming to y'all every Monday and live every other Monday. So, like, stay tuned, and we out here, yo. Peace.
Thanks for the inspiration, Juice. Give it to the fans. Rocco.
I just want to say to everyone that's watching this, if you ever had them days where you just feeling real low, you just not feeling like yourself. These few I'm gonna mention, I will guarantee get you back right mentally. Okay, first off, exercise. Okay. Second of all, touch grass. Get in the sun. Go outside. Third of all, eat healthy. These three things I promise you will get your mental back right. You'll be sharp and ready to take on the world like it's nothing. Promise you that.
So inspirational, man. So inspirational. Thank you for that, Rock. Touch some grass, folks. And here we go. Sean, my boy. I want to talk about the faces that we wear. I just brought up this earlier. It's so easy to get lost. So easy to get lost out here because of the faces that we have to put on. It's so easy to lose yourself, and it's hard to find because we compromise and sacrifice so many pieces of ourselves for others on a regular basis. Find a way to find yourself again. Find a way to prioritize your peace, prioritize you and the pieces of you. Because just like broken glass, once it's shattered, it's a very, very hard thing to do to pick those pieces up. And some of those pieces cut deeper than others. Find yourself. Love those pieces of yourself. And if you have to sit on the floor and scrape them up with bloody hands, you do it. Because you should be important to you. And you are. Shine, my boy. Shine. The lights are bright. Your soul is ready. Oh, bro, I get so every time those words, it just pumps me up. Look, everybody, thank you for being on the show. It's the Brospective. And we're out. Thank you, Juice. Thank you, Rock. Thank you, Winner. And we are ending.